I have folded my pattern into half. It measures 30 centimeter by 15 centimeter. From the upper part, I'll go in by 4 centimeter. On the lower part, I'll go up by 8 centimeter. I'll be connecting my points after that. From the 8 centimeter, I'm going to draw a curve to the edge of the pattern. From the 4 centimeter I marked at first, I'll go in by 1 centimeter again. After that, from the upper part, I'll go down by 10 centimeter. I will connect my points from the 1 centimeter to the 10 centimeter. We are basically done with our main panel, so I'm going to cut it out. This is what it looks like once I've cut it out. For the gusset panel, it measures 42 by 8 centimeter. I'm going to go up by 8 centimeter on both sides, then I'll connect them. On the other edge of the pattern, I'll go in by 2 centimeter on both sides, then I'm going to connect them to the 8 centimeter. I'll go ahead and cut out my pattern once I'm done with that. This is what it looks like after cutting it out. For the front pocket, I've actually folded it into half. It measures 9.5 by 13.5 centimeter. From the edge of the pattern, I'll go in by 1.5 centimeter. After that, I will draw a slant line from the 1.5 centimeter to the other edge of the pattern. Then I'll draw a curve from the slant line to the other edge of the pattern. After I'm done with that, I'll go ahead and cut out my pattern. This is what it looks like after I cut it out. The next pattern I'm going to draft is the cover of the pocket, which measures 8 centimeter by 7 centimeter on a fold. Then I'm going to draw a curve on the edge of the pattern. After that, I'll go ahead and cut it out. This is what it looks like once I was done. I've gone ahead to cut out my pattern on my fabric. What I did was to add 1 centimeter on all sides of my pattern. For my fabric, I've attached an interface to it, and I also cut out my lining too. I did the same for the gusset panel. I added 1 centimeter all around. Then I added my interface on the jean fabric, and I also cut out my lining too. I added 1 centimeter around to the pockets, and I also added an interface on one part of the pocket. The same was done to the pocket cover. I added 1 centimeter all around and I added an interface to one part of the pocket cover. Once I'm done cutting out my pattern, I'll start sewing. I'll be sewing the inner pocket first. It measures 21 by 32 centimeter. The support measures 21 by 5 centimeter, while the zipper is 22 centimeter approximately. I actually removed this zip from my jeans. That's why it's ripped. The next thing I'm going to do is to fold my lining into half to get the midpoint. Once I've gotten the midpoint of that, I'll also get the midpoint of my support, of my zipper support. Then I'll attach it to my lining. I'll go to my sewing machine to stitch the marked line. After that, I'll attach my zip to my pocket lining. After stitching this, I'm going to fold it into half and cut it. Just watch the way I cut it. Next thing I'm going to do is to turn it inside. I'm going to press it once I'm done with that. After I'm done pressing it, I'm going to pin it down. This is what the side should look like when you turn it in. Next thing I'm going to do is to place the bag lining on the pocket lining, making sure they are lined by the sides. Then I'm going to stitch the lower part. After I'm done stitching the lower part, I'm going to open my zip, then flip it to the other side. I'll pin my zip to the lining, then I'm going to flip the lining, the pocket lining over on the zip. Once I'm done with that, I'll also pin the pocket lining to the bag lining. After that, I'll go to my sewing machine to stitch the side and the top of the zip. Once I'm done with that, I'll also open up the bag lining and stitch the side of the pocket. This is what it looks like once I was done stitching the zip to the bag. Next thing I'm going to do is to stitch my pocket cover. The first thing I did was to actually get the midpoint of the pocket cover. After that, I'll go up by 3 centimeters. The next thing I'm going to do is to attach my magnet button. Once I'm done with that, I'll be stitching the cover flap together and I'll leave a space on the upper part to pull it out. For the front pocket, I'm going to do the same. I'll get the midpoint, then I'll go down by 4 centimeters. Then I'm going to fix my magnetic button on it. After that, I'm going to stitch it up, leaving an opening at the top right there. Once I'm done stitching, I'm going to trim off the excess fabric and turn it inside out. After that, I'm going to top stitch the upper part. I'm going to do the same for the outer pocket. I'll also close up the opening after that. Once I'm done with all of that, I'll get the midpoint of my joined fabric. After getting the midpoint, I'll go up by 3 centimeters. I'll be placing my pocket on the 3 centimeters and I'll go ahead and stitch my pocket, my main panel. I've gone ahead to fix my pockets and the pocket cover. The next thing I'm going to do is to fix my zip. I shouldn't have used this kind of zip for my bag. There's a zip for making bags, so you should get that if you want to make it, because I found it quite difficult to close up the bag after making it. So I'm going to fold my zip, as you can see, then I'm going to stitch it up. From the edge of the bag, I'm going to go down by 2 centimeters on both sides. I'm going to fix my zip from 2 centimeters I came down on. For this project, you should actually use all the small pegs because using a pin to hold down my zip was quite difficult. This is what it looks like once I was done fixing the zip. The next thing I'm going to do is to stitch up the gusset panel. After sewing, I'm going to open it up and top stitch on it. Next thing I'm going to do is to pin the gusset panel to the main panel. After I'm done with that, I'll go ahead and stitch it all around. This is what it looks like once I was done stitching it. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to fix my bag strap on both sides. The bag strap measures 3 centimeters by 45 centimeters. I have also gone ahead to stitch my bag lining. What I did was to leave a space at the bottom so I can pull it out once I attach it to my main bag. When you're attaching the lining to the main bag, make sure the right sides are facing each other. I find it quite difficult to sew this with my tabletop sewing machine. So once I'm done, I'm just going to notch through the edges, then I'm going to turn it inside out. After turning it out, I went ahead to top stitch the bag. Like I said before, don't use this kind of zip for the bag because I found it very difficult to zip it up. So I did not really like the outcome. You can get the kind of zip they use to make bags. This was how the zip looks like after I was done. I did not like it at all. I don't like the outcome, but it still looks nice. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.